We are told, when you pray, go within in the secret and shut the door. And that which your Father sees in secret, with that will He reward you openly. We have identified the Father to be the awareness of being. We have also identified the door to be the awareness of being. So, shutting the door is shutting out that which I am now aware of being and claiming myself to be that which I desire to be. So, in this situation, shutting the door is shutting out that which I, so my awareness of being, am now aware of being and claiming myself to be that which I desire to be. So shutting out what we don't want to be anymore and assuming that we are already that which we want to be. The very moment my claim is established to the point of conviction, that moment I begin to draw onto myself the evidence of my claim. So, I have to have a claim. I have not to just desire it, but I am claiming it. I am that. And I have to claim that with a great conviction. And when this happens, that moment I begin to draw onto myself the evidence of my claim. So the evidence will follow my conviction. Do not question the how of these things appearing, for no man knows that way. That is, no manifestation knows how the things desired will appear. Consciousness is the way or the door through which things appear. So everything is imagination, everything is consciousness, and everything will appear from this main consciousness. He said, I am the way. Not I, John Smith, am the way, but I am. So, the awareness of being is the way through which the thing shall come. The signs always follow, they never precede. So, the signs of our strong conviction, our unlimited, our perfect conviction, will create the signs that will always follow and they will never precede. Things have no reality other than in consciousness. So consciousness, in essence, is the only reality. Therefore, get the consciousness first and the thing is compelled to appear. So, again, get the consciousness first and the thing is compelled to appear. You are told, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and all things shall be added unto you. So get first the consciousness of the things that you are seeking and leave the things alone. This is what is meant by ye shall decree a thing and it shall come to pass, from Job. Apply this principle and you will know what it is to prove me and see. Prove me now herewith, said the Lord of hosts, if it will not open you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing that there shall not be room enough to receive it. The story of Mary is the story of every man. Mary was not a woman, giving birth in some miraculous way to one called Jesus. Mary is the awareness of being that ever remains virgin, no matter how many desires it gives birth to. Right now, look upon yourself as this Virgin Mary being impregnated by yourself through the medium of desire, becoming one with your desire to the point of embodying or giving birth to your desire. Again, right now, look upon yourself as this Virgin Mary being impregnated by yourself through the medium of desire, becoming one with your desire to the point of embodying or giving birth to your desire. This, my friends, I feel is a very important point. Becoming one with your desire, so not being close, not being near, not being, I don't know what else to say, but become one with it. So merge with it, become one with it, love it, being in it. I mean, it's such a beautiful word. For instance, it is said of Mary, whom you now know to be yourself, that she knew not a man, yet she conceived. That is you. You, John Smith, have no reason to believe that that which you now desire is possible. But having discovered your awareness of being to be God, you make this awareness your husband and conceive a man-child. This is called a manifestation of the Lord. For thy Maker is thine husband, the Lord of hosts in his name. The Lord God of the whole earth shall he be called. Your idea or ambition is this conception. The first command to her, which is now to yourself, is, go, tell no man. That is, do not discuss your ambitions or desires with another, for the other will only echo your present fears. Because everyone is ourselves pushed out, but in a way that is maybe a little bit unconventional, but our assumptions of ourselves and our assumptions of others are actually creating our reality. So, secrecy is the first law to be observed in realizing your desire. The second, as we're told in the story of Mary, is to magnify the Lord. Magnify the Lord. We have identified the Lord as your awareness of being. So, therefore, to magnify the Lord is to revalue or expand one's present conception of one's self to the point where this revaluation becomes natural. When this naturalness is attained, you give birth by becoming that which you are one with in consciousness. The story of creation is given us in digest form in the first chapter of John. In the beginning was the Word. Now, this very second is the beginning spoken of. It is the beginning of an urge, of a desire. The Word is the desire swimming around in your consciousness, seeking embodiment. The urge of itself has no reality, for I am, or the awareness of being, is the only reality. Things live only as long as I am aware of being them. So, to realize one's desire, the second line of this first verse of John must be applied, and that is, and the Word was with God. The word or desire must be fixed or united with consciousness to give it reality. The awareness becomes aware of being the things desired, thereby nading itself upon the form or conception and giving life onto its conception, or resurrecting that which was heretofore a dead or unfulfilled desire. Two shall agree as touching anything, and it shall be established on earth. This agreement is never made between two persons. Yes, it makes so much sense. It is between the awareness and the thing desired. You are now conscious of being, so you're actually saying to yourself without using words, I am. You are now conscious of being, so you're actually saying to yourself without using words, I am. Now, if it is a state of health that you're desirous of attaining, before you have any evidence of health in your world, you begin to feel yourself to be healthy. And the very second the feeling, I am healthy, is attained, the two have agreed. That is, I am and health have agreed to be one, and this agreement ever results in the birth of a child, which is the thing agreed upon, in this case, health. And of course, you can do that for every state that you wish to embody. And because I made the agreement, I express the thing agreed. So you can see why Moses stated, I am hath sent me. For what being other than I am could send you into expression? None, for I am the way. Beside me there is no other. If you take the wings of the morning and fly into the uttermost parts of the world, or if you make your bed in hell, you will still be aware of being. You are ever sent into expression by your awareness, and your expression is ever that which you are aware of being. Again, you are ever sent into expression by your awareness, and by your expression is ever that which you are aware of being. Your expression is ever that which you are aware of being. And Moses stated, I am that I am. Now, here is something to always bear in mind. You cannot put new wine in old bottles or new patches upon old garments. That is, you cannot take with you into the new consciousness any part of the old man. All of your present beliefs, fears, and limitations are weights that bind you to your present level of consciousness. Again, all of your present beliefs, fears, and limitations are weights that bind you to your present level of consciousness. And this, my friends, I believe is the state which Neville talks about. The state of being. What you are conscious of being. What state are you in? And if you would transcend this level, you must leave behind all that is now your present self, or conception of yourself. Yes, the conception of yourself. To do this, you take your attention away from all that is now your problem or limitation and dwell upon just being. That is, you say silently but feeling to yourself, I am, I am, I am, I am. Do not condition this awareness as yet. Just declare yourself to be, and continue to do so until you are lost in the feeling of just being. Being faceless and formless. When this expansion of consciousness is attained, then, within this formless deep of yourself, give form to the new conception by feeling yourself to be that which you desire to be. You will find within this deep of yourselves all things to be divinely possible. Everything in the world which you can conceive of being is to you, within this present formless awareness, a most natural attainment. The invitation given us in the scriptures is to be absent from the body and be present with the Lord. The body being your former conception of yourself, and the Lord your awareness of being. This is what is meant when Jesus said to Nicomedes, Ye must be born again, for except ye be born again, you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven. That is, except you leave behind you your present conception of yourself and assume the nature of the new birth, you will continue to outpicture your present limitations. The only way to change your expressions of life is to change your consciousness. For consciousness is the reality that eternally solidifies itself in the things around about you. Again, the only way to change your expressions of life is to change your consciousness. For consciousness is the reality that eternally solidifies itself in the things round about you. So, consciousness, our consciousness, or our awareness of being something, is the only reality that is all the time and will eternally solidify, so being formless in the beginning, and it solidifies itself into the things around about you in your life. Man's world in its every detail is his consciousness outpictured. You can no more change your environment or world by destroying things than you can your reflection by destroying the mirror. Your environment and all within it reflects that which you are in consciousness. As long as you continue to be that in consciousness, so long will you continue to outpicture it in your world. And now, knowing this, begin to revalue yourself. Man has placed too little value upon himself. In the book of Numbers you will read, In that day there were giants in the land, and we were in our own sight as grasshoppers, and we were in their sights as grasshoppers. This does not mean a time in the dim past when man had the stature of giants. Today is the day, the eternal now, when conditions around about you have attained the appearance of giants, such as unemployed, the armies of your enemy, your problems, and all things that seem to threaten you. Those are the giants that make you feel yourself to be a grasshopper. But you are told you were first in your own sight a grasshopper, and because of this, you were to the giants a grasshopper. In other words, you can only be to others what you are first to yourself. Therefore, to revalue yourself and begin to feel yourself to be the giant, a center of power, is to dwarf these former giants and make of them grasshoppers. All the inhabitants of the earth are as nothing, and he doeth according to his will in the armies of heaven, and among all the inhabitants of the earth, and none can stay his hand, nor say unto him, What dost do? This being spoken of is not the orthodox God sitting in space, but the one and only God, the everlasting Father, your awareness of being. So, awake to the power that you are, not as man, but as your true self, a faceless, formless awareness, and free yourself from your self-imposed prison. I am the good shepherd, and know my sheep, and am known of mine. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they will follow me. This awareness, our awareness, is the good shepherd. What I am aware of being is the sheep that follow me. So good a shepherd is your awareness that he has never lost one of the sheep that you are aware of being. I am a voice calling in the wilderness of human confusion for such as I am aware of being, and never shall there come a time when that which I am convinced that I am shall fail to find me. And never shall there come a time when that which I am convinced that I am shall fail to find me. So that which we are aware of being will always find us. I am is an open door for all that I am to enter. Your awareness of being is Lord and Shepherd of your life. So, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want, is seen in its true light now to be your consciousness. You could never be in want of proof or lack the evidence of that which you are aware of being. This being true, why not become aware of being great, God-loving, wealthy, healthy, and all attributes that you admire? It is just as easy to possess the consciousness of these qualities as it is to possess their opposites, for you have not your present consciousness because of your world. On the contrary, your world is what it is because of your present consciousness. Simple, is it not? Too simple, in fact, for the wisdom of man that tries to complicate everything. Paul said of this principle, it is to the Greeks, or wisdom of this world, foolishness, and to the Jews, or those who look for signs, a stumbling block, with the result that man continues to walk in darkness rather than awake to the being that he is. Man has so long worshipped the image of his own making that at first he finds this revelation blasphemous, since it spells death to all his previous beliefs in a God apart from himself. This revelation will bring the knowledge that I and my Father are one, but my Father is greater than I.